Hello folks, Randy Torres for the Watch and Clock Forum. Today we'll be reviewing the P-47 Thunderbolt watch manufactured by UNIQ, a small watchmaker based in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia. I got the watch via DHL, as you can see here, bubble wrap and everything, just a few days ago. And one of the really exciting things about this review is that I got a call from Zviad, Tsikolia, the man behind the brand, on July 4th, and he asked me to review the P-47 Thunderbolt watch on July 4th, and that's significant because the P-47 Thunderbolt is an iconic United States Air Force fighter plane, World War II fighter plane. It was manufactured by Republic Aviation Corporation in Farmingdale, right here on Long Island, New York. So that was kind of cool to get asked to do a review on the 4th of July for such an important military airplane. The watch comes in a wooden case, and this is one of the hallmarks of UNIQ as a brand. They're very clever at producing inexpensive but interesting watch cases or watch boxes, and this one is no different. As you can see, it's styled to look like a military crate. If you can look at that lettering there, P-47 Thunderbolt, and down here, watch, wrist, general purpose. A little bit of military speak, or at least what a Georgian imagines U.S. military speak to be. And it probably is something that would have been dreamed up by some staffer over at the DoD and printed on the box. Okay, now what UNIQ does is that it proves that inexpensive doesn't have to be cheap. Let's open the watch, the box. There we go, it slides right off. Okay, inside what do we find? Okay, here's a warranty card. Alright, international warranty, standard stuff. Here is the user's manual. You can see that it's Swiss made, right here. All UNIQ watches are Swiss made, by the way. It uses the Ronda chronograph, Quartz chronograph. In this particular case, it uses the caliber 5040.D. And here's something that's very unique and very, very nice. This is a black and white booklet of historical photographs of the P-47 Thunderbolt, and it also provides some background on the aircraft, some of the background on the aircraft's history. And why as you see a picture of Alexander Kartveli there, why a Georgian watch manufacturer would be interested in producing a homage piece of an American aircraft will be the subject of my written review in a couple of weeks' time. So be on the lookout for that. You can see some very, very nice pictures, very nicely done. There's a schematic of the plane. Very nicely done booklet. It's a bonus on this watch. Alright, here it is in the box. First thing I notice right off the bat, which I like, pull it out. A NATO strap. As you can see, a NATO strap. Let's pull the watch out. That's the most important piece. Move that back. And here's something that's really nice. The NATO strap matches the dial. Very nice. Alright. There you see a nice shot of the strap. Let's take a look at the watch again. Okay, the first thing that I notice is the color of the dial. It's a very beautiful deep blue. Quite frankly, the video doesn't do it justice, but rest assured that it is gorgeous. There's a rich blue color, and the sub-registers or the chronograph registers are a black color. You can see there. Now this piece pays homage to the P-47 Thunderbolt in three ways. The second, the chronograph registers that you see at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock are laid out and held together in a way that is very similar to the instrument panel of the P-47. It's really hard to see, but you might be able to notice here, 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 here. The dials are on top of the dial. The registers, I should say, are on top of the dial and held together by little industrial-looking rivets. They're very tiny. They're clearly visible when you look at it with the naked eye, but I don't know that they show up so well in the video. But very interesting, very different, and right off of the instrument panel of the P-47. Another thing that's really interesting is if you look here at the 30-minute register, you'll notice that the 30 does not line up properly with the 12 o'clock position. In fact, it is off a few degrees to the right. No, that's not a mistake or a defect. It is based on a P-47 altimeter, which is also designed off-center. So again, that is a design element taken off of the P-47 instrument panel. The third item, let me turn the watch around very quickly here. The third item is the caseback. This, as you can see, very beautifully etched. Really singular work by UNIQ. There is an etching of the P-47 in full flight. Below it, the P-47 Thunderbolt label and a U.S. Air Force logo. It's really a very beautiful etching, and it's the third element that pays homage to the aircraft. The caseback does have some other interesting information printed on it. Of course, it's signed by UNIQ, 50 meters of water resistance, and some other sapphire crystal and some other useful and typical stuff. Let's turn the watch around and take a look at some other elements here. I believe it'll be hard to see, but this again is another, let me try to let's see if we can get it to focus in on that. What UNIQ has done is, this is a limited edition of 100 pieces in this color. There are several other colors, I believe, military olive, green, black, and possibly white. I'm not sure, but I'll look into it and put it in the written review. But what they've done is they've made a plaque that says P-47, and then the number of the edition. In this particular case, it's 035/100. They made a plaque of that and screwed it into the case, directly into the case. So each one of the watches in the limited edition will have its own plaque. That's very cool. And another little detail that UNIQ is famous for. Let's take another quick look at the dial. Again, that blue color is just stunning. One thing that I like, let me just move the hands here. Let's put it at the 6 o'clock position and get them out of the way. Okay, you'll see that the date wheel, this is one of my personal pet peeves, the date wheel is not one of those off-the-rack white date wheels. It gives the impression there's a hole in the dial. UNIQ this time around, I guess they heard the friendly criticisms, and they went ahead and used a date wheel that at least mimics the color of the chronograph registers. It's not the blue of the dial, but it's the black of the chronograph registers. So it's I'm glad they did that, because it shows that they paid attention to detail, and then you just grab a off-the-rack white date wheel. Another thing that UNIQ does that's very interesting is they try to keep their dials as uncluttered as possible, as you can see. Obviously, with a military-style instrument panel chronograph sub-register layout, it's very hard to keep the dial from looking cluttered. So what they've done is they've taken the minute and hour markers and placed them on the flanged chapter ring, which, as you can see, is curved. or angled. Those are useful for military purposes, I suppose, to be as precise as possible. But by putting them on that flange there, they keep the dial that is uncluttered as possible. You can see at 6 o'clock, Swiss made, featured prominently, and that's a unique design hallmark. All their watches are made in Switzerland. Let's take a look at the crown. Okay. As you can see, not very well, but there it is. UNIQ does sign its crown. You see the U. The pushers, very interesting. Maybe we can do it better this way. The pushers, the chronograph pushers are very nice. It's very hard to see here, unfortunately, but they're ridged or beaded. There you go. You can see it a little bit better. So they add a certain touch of elegance to an otherwise military watch. I don't see that very often, those beaded chronograph pushers. The crown itself is coin-edged. You can see that there. Easy to grasp and pull and turn. Very nice. Let's take a look at the strap. Panerai style buckle, signed UNIQ, as you can see. Okay, it's very military looking leather with a white stitching, some rivets. You can see the rivets. One thing that I like, a couple of leather stays plus a metal one, NATO strap style. Okay, on the other side, again rivets close to the lugs. And at the tip, UNIQ signs the leather band, UNIQ. One thing about UNIQ leather straps, they are proletarian straps. They're boot leather, so to speak. They're not this suave, buttery, soft leather, but they'll last a long time and they break in very nicely. My experience with these UNIQ leather watch straps is very positive. Okay. You can see. Okay. All right, so there you have it, folks. Let's put this NATO strap here next to it so you can see again. There you have it, the P-47 Thunderbolt watch from UNIQ. Very beautiful watch. Now I'm going to strap it on my wrist, wear it for a couple of weeks, and get back to you with a written review. Again, I'm Randy Torres for the Watch and Clock Forum. Thank you for watching.